evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a lovely evening, as I know I will be as I start to review this lovely ale from Rogue. This is their 25th anniversary Integrity Ale. It was in 1988. We were young. Some called us foolish. We dared. We risked. We dreamed. Revolution. 25 years later, we're still fighting. Join us. Dare, risk, dream. Now, this ale was brewed, I believe, 2 years ago. I found this at a bottle shop. Actually, it was found for me as a gift, but it had been refrigerated and was in the back of a cooler, and I think I might have gotten lucky. This is a golden ale brewed by Rogue to commemorate their 25th anniversary. Now, let's see here. I have some facts, some stuff written down here. It comes in at 7.2% ABV. Let's see here. 29 IBUs. Beer Advocate gives it a 79, and the Bros have it at no rating. They haven't had it. Rate Beer gives it an overall of 51 and an 87 for the style. Rogue is a brewery that I happen to like very much. They have almost all the ales I've ever tried from them I have really liked. I think they're high quality. They have Rogue Farms, and they grow a lot of their own hops and their malts. I really respect that. They even have their own honey. So it's a really awesome company that, like I said, I have a lot of respect for. Now, they do some experimental stuff, and a lot of that I've even liked as well. But some of it, a few things, I have not. Mainly the big pink bottles. The lemon cruller I liked, but for the most part, I don't know. The raspberry doesn't go well for me with alcohol. I'm not a fan of fruity stuff for the most part. Ciders I can handle. They're pretty good, but I don't know. Anyway, some of the pink bottles are about the only things I didn't like from Rogue. So everything else I've really liked. I have never had this one. I saw it when it was out 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now. And I just never got a chance to pick it up at my local shop, and they don't have it anymore. So, like I said, I got really lucky with this one. Let me read you a little bit of what the bottle says here. Dedicated to 25 years, 105 years ago, we brought forth on this continent a revolution. Today, we, the rebels, misfits, farmers, fishermen, rabble-rousers, and risk-takers, declare that the revolution is winning. With this ale, we celebrate 25 years of more mistakes than successes, more experience than wealth, and more chutzpah than sparkle. We also celebrate you, Rogue Nation citizens and friends who have been with us along the long, long way. You've been with us from a basement in Ashland and a garage in Newport to farms in Independence and Tyke Valley and breweries, distilleries, and meeting halls in Portland, Eugene, San Francisco, Ezequiel, Eugene, and Astoria. Well, I don't know why it says Eugene twice, but we have fought the good fight with our fist raised in defiance. To you we raise a glass and hope you'll stay with us for 25 more. Now this has 7 ingredients. Rogue Farms Dare, Risk, and Meyer malts, Willamette and Rogue Farms Rebel hops, free-range coastal water, and Pac-Man yeast. It says the servings are desserts and beef. Now I don't know if that's grilled beef, baked beef. It doesn't really say. It just shows a beef symbol. Let's go ahead and get this cap off of here. I'm actually pretty excited to try a golden ale that's 2.5 years old and has been in refrigeration the entire time, especially since a lot of times if you had a beer in a lit cooler for 2.5 years, there could be quite a bit of damage from light. But these are painted bottles, and so I think there's probably little to no light at all getting in. Maybe a little tiny bit right here at the top on that really thick brown part. So, like I said, little to none. I have a feeling this probably hasn't had any light damage at all. And that could mean a lot of good things for a golden ale. Let's get a pour. Whoa, I can see this is very carbonated. I'm going to have to be careful. I realize this isn't exactly a golden ale type of glass, but hadn't used it for a while, so I wanted to. Quite a bit left in there still. Now, as for color, I don't know. I would have probably guessed this more towards an amber ale. It's not exactly an amber color, but it's pretty close. Definitely a very dark golden, if it's a golden ale, in color anyway. A nice finger and a half of a slightly off-white, pretty thick head. Lots of big bubbles and little bubbles in there mixed. There's lots of little bubbles streaming up from the bottom. So fairly carbonated. Let's get a nose on this one and see what it smells like. Smells like, oddly enough, very fresh for as old as it is. Unless I'm mistaken and they have brewed this again since then. But I don't think so. I think this was brewed only once and it is retired, as far as I know. Lots of very light toasted malt. Maybe a slight grassiness. Fresh cut grass or something like that, you know, like a really nice fresh hay. Slightly toasty. There's a little sweetness of like a nice light caramel type of a malt or crystal malt. You can get a little bit of the hop. It's slightly earthy smelling. And that's about it. It's not super complex on the nose. Let's see what it tastes like. Not what I expected at all. It's described as a golden ale, but golden ale or a blonde ale. But I really think this is. It might be the age that has done this, because age can do a lot to a beer. So take that into stride with any opinions I give on this. It's 2.5 years old, so the yeast, if this is bottle conditioned, which it very well may be, that yeast might have been sitting in there and changed this beer over the last couple of years. But it is very amber ale-ish. It's got a nice amount of hop bitterness. Very decently roasty. It has some I don't know. Ever so slightly sweet. A nice bite of hops on the aftertaste. Goes down really smooth. It's a nice medium, almost heavy mouthfeel. It's kind of a cereal-y, kind of like a lager sort of a flavor. It's got like that really grainy, fresh grass and hay. Really lightly toasted malt. A little bready, a little biscuity. It's even a little nutty, almost like a brown ale sort of a character. A slight bitter nuttiness to it, like a almond or walnut. It's very interesting. Like I said, I'm positive that this ale has changed quite a bit from when it was fresh. I don't know how it was when it was fresh, but right now it's really good. This is like a. It doesn't have anything really to do with a blonde ale for me. It's kind of like, excuse me, they mixed an amber ale with a almost brown ale. That's pretty much what I get. You get a little bit of a nice toasty breadiness. There's a nuttiness in there. There's that nice hop presence. It is not pronounced enough for me to really say floral or earthy or tropical or anything like that. It's just enough bitterness to counteract the sweet. It's a really good balance. It really is almost a brown ale. The color is not, but it gives me a brown ale sort of a flavor, but it also has that caramel crystal malt sort of amber ale flavor in there too. So it's like a mix of the two. All in all, it's really good. I would probably give this an 84 or an 85. A nice solid B. It's a good beer. Definitely something that I think Rogue could probably brew all the time. People would enjoy it. I'm not sure it could be branded as an integrity ale and sell it all the time. Maybe it could. But I think that was a branding to go with the integrity that they've shown in their farms and their sourcing of ingredients from locally, I think, as much as they can. I think that just points a lot towards that, and it was more of a one-time thing. But they could actually brew this and call it, make up another Rogue name for it and brew it all the time, and I think people would probably buy it.